Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another video. This time I am back with another solo card game that you can play with just a standard 52 deck of cards, and today I will be playing Syndicate from the Isoludo collection of games. Here's a brief overview on the game. In Syndicate, you lead a large-scale police sting operation in 1930s Chicago to infiltrate the mafia. You must slowly gain the trust of mafiosos, bringing your team of undercover agents slowly up the ranks. Promotion is difficult, as you may only bring in people that have enough rapport and trust with the other existing members of the same rank. Once you've promoted one agent above the highest level, you can take down the whole operation in one swoop. It's an Isoludo game, so it has the kind of stats up here. So it's complexity 2 out of 3, weight 3 out of 3, footprint 2 out of 3, strategy 3 out of 3, tactics 1 out of 3, luck 1 out of 3. Components, a standard 52 deck of cards, who would have guessed, but this time you don't need the jokers. You also remove all of the face cards from the deck, and then you have a just deck of 40 cards, which then you'll use to make this little starting area where you have different columns here for your different ranks. You have 9 cards in the first column, 7 in the next, 5, then 3, then 1. Then with your leftover hand of cards that are not used, you could choose 3 to start with and place them above. This is rank number 5, so above rank number 5. So like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, you win by promoting members to higher and higher ranks. You start at rank 5 and you want to go to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. And then once you promote a member past rank 1 to rank 0, which is just kind of not represented here, that's how you win the game. You lose the game if you just get into a situation where you don't have any other valid moves. So on your turn, you kind of do 2 main things at the same time. So you'll be promoting a member to a higher rank, and then you'll be replacing the member with a valid candidate. So when you promote a member, let's just say I promote the 7. Most of the time, you'll probably want them to be up here as another member, but you can choose to also promote them as a candidate and place them down here. Your members are up top, your candidates are down here. Once you do that, you then have to have a valid replacement. So I can only do this if there's a valid replacement. What are the replacements? Well, you take the 2 remaining members and you add the sum together of the 2 numbers or you multiply them. And that will give you an indication of what numbers you can have. So in this case, aces are 1. So 1 times 4 is 4. So I could promote a 4 member from this candidate pool in rank 5, or ace plus 4, 1 plus 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So I could take a 5 from down here and replace it. Both are valid options. You can only promote a member if there's 3 members there. So like in this case, like if I move the 7 over there and then I replace that with like a 5 or something, I cannot promote a member here to here until there is at least 3 members here. That's pretty much the game. You just work on keep promoting members up higher and higher on the ranks until you get 3 members in rank 1, and then you promote one of them to rank 0, and that's how you kind of win the game. The only other really thing to mention is if there were already, let's just say 3 members here and I promote them, I can make them a candidate, but if I wanted to make them a member where there's already 3 members, that is allowed, but then you have to discard one of the existing 3 members. It's a rough life out there for the mob, so you know what, sometimes people just disappear and that's how it goes. But that's pretty much the game. I will say it kind of even mentions this in the kind of initial description here that I will warn you, it's an incredibly brain-burny game with no randomness beyond the initial deal. It toes the line between game and puzzle, which I think is pretty fair to say because, yeah, the initial deal is kind of the only amount of randomness. After that, it's just kind of a puzzle for you to solve and figure out, how do you get your members all the way up to climb the ranks of the mafia and get someone to the top. So that's what we're going to try to do here today. So let's get started. So there's a couple ways you can go about playing this game. I have not played it too much. I've gotten 1 win so far. So I'm going to do the strategy that got me a win, which is pretty much get as many candidates from rank 5 to rank 4. And then once I do all that, just keep kind of moving down the line. So I'm going to do as much in this first rank as I can and then kind of move from there. I kind of hinted at this, but I think actually swapping out the 7 over there so that I can either put a 4 or a 5 here. And I'll put a 4 because then that leaves some pretty good options. You can grab any candidate down here. It doesn't have to be like the top one or anything. And so now I got an ace, 4, and 4. Now, let's see, I can add those up, multiply them, got a couple options. So I'm going to move a 4 over, and then ace and 4, I could bring over a 4 or a 5. Well, we got a 5 down here, so we'll go with that option. And then what's nice is like with the aces are pretty good, and you can kind of use them to kind of keep just getting rid of cards. So like, for example, okay, I don't have any more 5s, so if I get rid of the 4, move that here, ace and 5, now I can have a 6. And then I could kind of just keep going. I mean, I don't have too many more sequential numbers, so this streak's going to kind of have to end here, but it was nice while it lasted. I might want to move something over here real fast. And then, well, I guess maybe not. So actually, I'll move the ace down here. 5 times 6 is 30. 10s act as zeros. So I think I could replace that up there, but instead, I'm going to move the ace up because 5 plus 6 is 11. And that ends in a 1, so that's valid. I'll move the 5 over because I can at least get the 7 up, but I got to be careful. I don't want to run out of moves, and I might start ending up in that situation here soon. 6 and 7, I can move the ace over again. 6 and 7 add to 13, so we can put that up there. I might be out of moves now because that adds up to 10. That adds up to 9. That multiplies to 18. That multiplies to 21. Doesn't really help me. So I think if I move the 6 over, I think this is a legal move where then I can bring the 10 up like that since the last digit's 0. I think that's how it works. It mentions, yeah, 10s counts as zeros, aces are 1. So I think that's valid. But I don't think I have much else I can I do anything to end in a 2? Adding and multiplying doesn't really do me good. So I think that's pretty much all I could do in that rank. So now we're going to kind of work down here and see what we can accomplish. So I'd like to move maybe the 7 over first, but what I might do is move a 4 over first. That leaves me with 11 up here, and then I could bring in an ace and start doing the little ace trick. Aces found in my last game seem to be pretty good because then you can kind of do this maneuver where I'm going to move like the 7 over, and then I can move a 5 up. And then I can move the 4 over, and then we move a 6 up. And then I move the 5 over, and then we move the 7 up. And then I move the 6. Well, I guess I can't. I gotta stop here because I don't have any more options. I just got a lot of 9s, 10s, 6s. I gotta be careful now because boy, oh boy, I don't actually have a lot of options. That adds up to 13. I might be actually out of options here. That adds to 7, multiplies to 6. I guess so. I still have some options, but not a lot. I got to be careful. Well, if I move this over here, 1 times 6, that gives me a 6, which I do have somewhere. There it is. It's like I was looking right at it. That adds up to 12. I don't have a 2. It multiplies to 36. I don't have a 6. But that is 6 or 7. I might be kind of out of luck in this column, which isn't good because I need to get a lot more stuff over here. We'll see if I'm able to win this, but I don't know. It's not looking too great so far. So we don't have any aces. We do have an 8, so I could at least start by moving the 7 over. That allows us to move the 8 up. I guess if we had a 6, we could have moved that, but I guess we don't. I'm going to kind of put these a little bit more neat. Okay. 4 and 8 multiplies what to 32, so I guess we can move 4 over, and then we got a 2 that we can move up. That works pretty good. What else? I guess I got to start playing my moves a little bit more carefully because we need to get a lot more cards over. I need to essentially get 3 cards here that are compatible with one of them taking out. The other 2 are compatible with an ace. That makes sense in my head. Which the 7 and 4 would be good. So if I get the 7, the 4, and one other number, I'd be kind of great. But I need to keep on keeping on. So that multiplies to 6. That multiplies to 16. That adds to 10. Don't have that. That adds to 6. Don't have that. Oh boy. Am I in a bad situation here? That multiplies to 8. That multiplies to 16. Don't have either. Am I missing something? That multiplies to 32 or adds to 12. None of those help me with these numbers at all. Did I miss anything with my previous column? Because if not, I might be just kind of out of luck here. Because that adding up and multiplying 21 doesn't do me any good. Over here, 1 times 6, it's just 6. Added together is just 7 or 12 or 36. None of that helps me. Oh boy, I think I might have lost. Because I don't see any valid moves. Let me keep looking, but I'm not seeing much. I mean, those add together 10. No. Those add together 6. No. Multiplied together 16. No. Multiplied together 8. No. Those multiplied together 32. No. I think I've lost this because I don't have any more valid moves. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just played horribly. Maybe I got a bad draw there of cards, but I'm not seeing any more valid moves. So I think this is a loss. That went pretty quick, so I'm going to reset this and try one more time. All right, I have reset this all for game number 2. Got my starting 3 cards. Let's see how this goes. I gotta say, I haven't played this game a ton, so I feel like one area that I could definitely improve on is maybe choosing better starting cards. I think I got a good strat this time. Like I said, I think the aces strat is pretty nice, and it kind of works really well, I think. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I kind of set myself up with an ace and a 2. So I put the 6 over there, and then I can grab the 3. And then I could put the 2 over here and grab the 4. Now, I can't keep doing this forever. I think I'm actually already done with this little trick, but it was nice while it lasted. I can add those together at 7. I don't have that. Multiplied by 12. I do have that. So let's go ahead and move the ace over and bring a 2 up because that's pretty good. Those multiplied together get me 8. So let's move a 3 over. Just gotta try to get as many of these in this first as I can. If I move the 8 over, I can bring the 6 up because they add to 6. I can move the 6 over. Hopefully I'm not going off the screen there. And those add to 8. I can move the 4 over because those add to 10. So they end in a 0. I don't know if there's too much more. I guess that adds to 10, that adds to 12. So if I move the 8 over, that ends in 2. That multiplies to 4, adds to 4, 12, 20. None of those really help me, but I think that's a lot better spot for this first column. So we'll head to the second column now and figure out what we can do. Let me try my ace trick first. So move a 6 over. We got a 3, so I'll bring that up. I guess I should have been keeping an eye on like bringing over a 4, but then we move the 2 over and then bring over a 4. Do we have a 5? We do. Okay, we can kind of do this trick for a little bit. So move the 3. I'll move that down there. Bring up a 5. Move over the 4. Bring up a 6. We can keep this going for a while. I don't know what number I want to put at the top, so I'm just going to keep doing this for a second. Bring over a 7. Move over the 6. Let's move these up. We can bring up an 8. Move over the 7. We can bring up a 9. Bring over a 9. We can move up a 10. This feels that's the ace strat seems good. And the cards worked a little bit better this time for it, but I don't know if it's like cheating or anything. I don't think it is. I hope I'm not like breaking a rule by doing that. Just feels like that works pretty well. So move the ace over. That leaves us with 19, which we can easily bring that up. We can move the 10 over down here because 9 plus 9 is 18. I don't know if there's much else I can do. As to, what is that, 72? Or multiplies to 72, adds to 17. That 18, 81. None of that really helps me. But we're sitting in a way better position than last time, so I can manage. A strat again. Let's kick it up. So move the 6 over. Bring up a 3. Actually, I want to move the 6. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep it there, but I don't want to do too much of that more. So then I move over the 2, bring up a 4. Move over the 3 down here, bring up the 5, move over the 4, bring up the 6, move over the 5, bring up the 7, move over the 6, bring up the 8, move over the 7, bring up the 9, and then move over the 8, bring up the 10. I maybe could have sped that up a little bit quicker, but it's fine. Okay, so then we could do a couple more things, but I think with the numbers I have, I'm going to be these 2, 3, and 4 is not getting moved over. But I think as long as, okay, that's still on the screen. We can move over the 10 because 1 times 9 is 9, so that works. That add up is 18. Multiply 81. That's no good. So I think that's all we could do for this column. So we got to get something with that works with a 4. I guess that last card I also should have put up here because I kind of need 3 up there. That's my bad. I'll kind of undo that. Not that like there's any new info revealed. I was just playing a bit too quick and I thought I'd be able to get that ace over and then that didn't work out. So something that could be left with a 4. So I think the 6 would be good. But if I move the 10 over, then I can get a 2 up. We don't have a 2 or a 10. So I'm going to move the 10 over. Maybe that's the one I'll promote because then I can bring like the 8 up. I want to probably move the 2 over because then 6 and 8, that can bring the 4 up. So how do I need to do this? I guess if I promote a 4 and then something else, that's kind of just it, right? I don't know if that would work because if I move that over, right, the 6, 8, 48, I can bring 8 up, but then that, okay, this might actually work. Let's see. Oh, wait, well, hold on. Maybe not. Maybe not. I need to probably bring an ace over, if anything. Or an 8? I guess an 8 down there. So I need to move a 4 up there and then an 8, and then that's it. So I'll move the 4 up here. 6, 8, 48. I can bring that over. 8 times 8 is 64. I don't have a 4. Added together is 16. That works, but I need to move an 8 over. We don't have another. We don't have a 4. That's an issue though. See. But I think this is okay because we can move the 6 over, right? And then 8 plus 8 is 16. So we can move the 6 up. And then we got the 6 here, right? So then we just promote this 10 from rank number 1 to rank 0. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So we can move the 6 up there. That's a valid replacement. And that's a win. So there you go. That was Syndicate. And I'll quickly give my final thoughts. I'm glad to be finally working through more of these Isoludo games. I feel like I've been playing them for a while and I'm getting close. I think I only have like 2 more after this. So it was very exciting to play another one. And this is one that someone had recently asked that I play. And I was like, well, I'm going to get to Isoludos, the rest of them eventually, but I added this to the top of my list. I don't know. I'm not huge on it. It's definitely not one of my favorites out of Isoludo. It's definitely an interesting design. And I think it is, it was kind of noted at the beginning in the overview that it kind of tiptoes the line between game and puzzle, because once you have the initial cards dealt out, it's really just, it really is kind of just a puzzle figuring out, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you kind of know that's what you're getting when you play this game. I don't know. I don't know how much I actually enjoy the puzzle, though, I guess I think it's a pretty clever design. but I just don't know how much I actually enjoy the puzzle itself. Hopefully I'm playing all the rules right. I'm pretty new to this game, and I haven't gotten too many wins with it yet. I haven't played it just too much overall, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a fine game, and it's a pretty fun puzzle as is, but I don't know. I mean, it takes up a fair amount of table space. There's a decent amount of setup. The rules are pretty straightforward once you get the hang of how recruiting and then replacing works. And it plays pretty quick, so that's great. But as far as the actual like decisions to be made, I don't know if they're really that interesting to me, at least personally. But like I said, I think it's an interesting game overall, an interesting puzzle, one to at least check out and see if it's something you enjoy. But yeah, this one, I don't really think it's for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see ya.